sudden, I heard this.
Do you want to know my name?
The chills went down my spine. I cannot tell you what it felt like to hear that audible voice come from that woman that I know was not her. Hey, welcome to Beyond the Veil. I'm Pastor Joe, and today I'm going to share a really incredible story, some truth. If you like what you see, subscribe, like, share. Anyway, you can also put a comment in the comment box. I love to see the comments. I also like to know that you're there. It's important. Part of my job is relationship. And so even if you're halfway across the world, I want to see that you're there. It's important to me. Today's show is about a situation that occurred with one of my clients in hospice. I had this lady, and she was on our service for a little over a year. She was bedbound and had dementia. Oftentimes dementia patients, when they decline, their families can't take care of them because if they're not bedbound, they will roam around the house, and sometimes they'll open doors and go in the middle of the street in the middle of the night. They'll wander down to different parts of the city, and then you'll see the news will say missing person, and it'll be an elderly person. And you don't realize that this is a common thread. When families come on to hospice and they deal with this, they feel like they've lost their loved one because their loved one is no longer in there. That being said, I had this incredible client. She was one of our patients, and she was bedbound and in a group home. There are group homes that oftentimes that facilitate people that have dementia. Instead of putting them in these hospital-like arenas, they put them in homes. And this specific home was owned by a group of wonderful Filipino families. And there are several families that are of that nationality that do a tremendous job of taking care of the people that can't take care of themselves. That being said, this wonderful group home here in Las Vegas was housing several women and men that had dementia. So this lady was in her bed, and when I first went to see her, when I approached her bed, she screamed,
"Get away from me!"
and started freaking out. And I was like, okay. I said, I'm the chaplain from hospice, and I'm here to pray with you and to help you. And she immediately, it was like a torturesome scream. And then she started screaming about, "I don't believe in your church." And she just was like going off. I went there every couple of weeks. The next time I went to see her, same thing. And in hospice, every couple of weeks, we have a roundtable discussion about each one of our patients. Our every 2-week meeting is called IDT. Some people call it IDG. So during IDG, we talk about the patients and how we can help them. As the patients come on service with us, they're dying. We don't know when they're going to die, but they're going to die, and we want to keep them as comfortable as we can. So of course, this patient came to the table. The nurses and the CNAs were just complaining about how hard it was to even touch the patient. She didn't want to be changed. She didn't want you to touch her body. She would scream, "You're hurting me, you're molesting me, you're touching me in the wrong places," which wasn't true. But it was apparent that she was suffering. So of course they try to give them medication to calm them down. So after about 2 months of going in to see this patient, and she was just screaming her head off every time I went in. It's one thing when the nurse or the CNA goes in because they have to clean them. I don't have to touch her, but I want to lay hands on her and pray on her. That being said, I consulted with one of my pastors here that has helped me tremendously in a Pentecostal church, who actually ordained me and was the one that saved me when I came to the Lord. And I called him and met with him in his office, and I told him about this situation. And he said to me, "Why don't you try, when you go into her room, sit behind her bed and just pray over her, pray scriptures over her. It sounds like there is a demon in her." So of course I started going into the room, and this went on for about 3 months, and I kept communicating with my mentor, and he kept telling me, just keep praying for her. Don't let her see you. The demons know who you are. They are aware. And so I didn't really understand it, because to me, when you're saved, I'm assuming you have conscious understanding of being able to fight those demonic spirits. But what I didn't know was, when you have dementia, you can't fight because your mind is gone. I mean, it's pretty much gone. And the parts of her mind that she was sensing, in my opinion, was the part that was overtaken by this demonic force. As I sat there week after week, I would just pray. I would look up scripture verses and I would recite them under my breath. I would reach my hand out towards her. And I keep in mind, her bed was just a single bed with a bed rail and a frame. And so I would sit behind it and I tiptoed in as quiet as I could and sat down and would just, stretch my hand out and pray for her. And I wondered if she could feel my presence, but she never said anything and I never said anything until one day, about 3 months after going to visit her. I continued to pray and I was reading my Bible, and all of a sudden I heard this.